Please proceed.
Thank you. I'm Richard Hunter. I want to thank you for giving me just a few minutes to speak with you today, and thank Assemblyman Orenshaw for proposing AB 110. I'm speaking in support of it and would strongly urge everyone else to do the same. I have a unique perspective on this. 3 years ago, I adopted my dog Mel, who was one of the dogs rescued from Michael Vick's dogfighting ring. This is Mel here. You know, it has been mentioned several times by other speakers that it really is the nurture and not the nature of the dog. And I can absolutely, through 3 years of daily personal experience, attest to this unequivocally. My dog Mel obviously was brought into Michael Vick, was bred. He was born in Michael Vick's dogfighting ring. He was at least attempted to, they attempted to force him to fight. But, you know, I always like to try to explain it to people this way, and I think we've all seen this analogy in play. The pit bull's biggest problem is that sometimes idiots own them. And, you know, we've all been in that department store where we see the unruly, out-of-control kid, and as soon as we see the parents, a lot of times you don't have to look any further to see what happened. Consequently, and diametrically opposed to that, when you see a really well-behaved kid, a lot of times you see a very involved parent behind them. This situation is no different. For the 3 years now, it's a 3-year anniversary this month that I have had Mel, not only is he completely friendly, loving toward, he never meets a dog he doesn't love, great with kids, sleeps next to me, head on the pillow, wake up with him snoring in my ear every morning. To meet him, you would have no idea what he came from. It is absolutely a nature versus nurture argument. You know, as a society, we do not lower our standard of living to our lowest common denominator, to that of our criminal element. Otherwise, we would not be allowed to own guns, we wouldn't be allowed to buy beer, we wouldn't drive cars, because we would be lowering ourselves to their standards. We don't do that. Our lowest common denominator in our society, our criminal element, we revoke their privileges, we neutralize them, we contain them, and there's an important reason for that, because what they have done or have attempted to do is to take a dog and convert that dog into a weapon. It's no different than misusing a vehicle or a firearm, for example. If we take the dog away from them, they just find other means of menace. You know, I always say that anytime we see one of the stories that gets so sensationalized in the news about an aggressive dog problem, there's usually a lot more to that story. You know, there's usually 2 or 3 lines into the story. Well, the dog was on a chain in the front yard while the man's toddler was left unattended while he went to check on his meth lab or whatever he's doing. But, you know, this is just one element of mischief that this person is creating. So to sum up, you know, my dog Mel was owned by a world-class ne'er-do-well. And 5 years later, 3 years into being adopted in my household, he has a very, very different life. As coincidence would have it, this coming Sunday, Mel will be returning with me to Best Friends Animal Sanctuary, where he was adopted, along with 5 of the other Vic dogs, former Vic dogs who were adopted. The 6 families, the 6 dogs, and all of our children and other dogs will be staying in one cabin together for 3 days for a happy reunion. Ask yourselves, why is it that 5 years later, bringing these 6 dogs together can be such a different experience than the last time someone tried to bring them together 5 years ago? And the answer is because 5 years ago, it was a collection of violent thugs and felons that were bringing them together and trying to agitate and manipulate them into fighting. 5 years later, when 6 loving families bring them together, it's a very harmonious occasion. It's the same thing we do when we adopt children. You know, if a child is born into a dysfunctional and an abusive environment and they're removed from the home, we don't disregard the child. We don't write them off for life. We just simply redirect them to a loving home, and great things can happen. To conclude, this is a picture of Mel with another one of the Vick dogs, Oscar, who lives in Las Vegas. I know we're linked up with Las Vegas today. And when Oscar and Mel get together today, they sit on a couch like this together. Now, 5 years ago, Michael Vick was trying to get these two guys to fight each other. So if you're interested in knowing what happens naturally when you put them together, it's this. It's not dogfighting. I thank you for the opportunity to speak, and if anyone has any questions, I can answer them. Thank you.